introduce yourself? Tell us how long you've been in the gallery and what the medium is that you use.
My name is Wendy Oellers-Fulmer. I've been in the gallery for about a year and a half, and my medium is using both photography and watercolors, and my passion is nature. I'm by trade a jewelry designer, and I have found that the same skills that I need in jewelry design, colors and textures and perspectives, has translated easily into photography and watercolors.
Out of those two mediums, which one is your favorite?
I am split right down the middle. I love both the freedom and the flow of watercolors, which take a lot more time, but I also love photography, capturing moments in time.
Are there anything that influences your art? Particularly, I know you said nature, but what motivates you beyond that?
I think it is, I think art in itself is, if you want to look at it this way, is a great escape. Especially with the world being so noisy, a cacophony of conflict and stress, that when you're creating art, it gives you this space and place where you can just kind of go in and take time and find peace.
How do you develop your art skills? What do you do in particular to continue the growth of being an artist?
I think being an artist, I'm a late blooming artist in terms of the watercolors in particular. I think taking and making the time to create I used to tell my students that the old movie from Walt Disney with little Jiminy Cricket, that if you have a Jiminy critic on your shoulder, the Jiminy critic can be positive and say, okay, this is really well, and not expecting perfection. The bad side is when you try something for the first time and you say, oh, it's horrible, I'm not going to do it again. But if you take the time and every time you create a piece and say, oh, I really like this, oh, this I could have done better, and what am I going to do next time? So learning each time we create something and then carrying that knowledge into the next creation.
What is your favorite and least favorite parts of being in professional art?
What I love about it is when I can create something that finds meaning to somebody else, that somebody looks at it and it speaks to them, and it has meaning for them, and it gives them joy or happiness or whatever it might be. What I don't like about it is having to price my work. That's always a struggle.
What do you consider the biggest barrier for artists, just in general?
I think the biggest barrier for artists, and a lot of times artists can be more introverts, they can be quieter, and having to go out and be out front in a video or whatever, to be out front and market your work. That can always be a bit of a challenge unless you have a safe place or a welcoming place, like the gallery here, where you can bring your things in and meet with other artists, get encouraged by other artists, and learn from other artists. It makes a big difference. Being with, I know it's an overused term these days, but being in a tribe of creative people who care about what they do.
Do you have a favorite picture or painting that you've done?
I just hung one today that I'm actually really happy with. It was right behind me right here. It's a painting of the fall, and it's just one of my favorite spots that I like to walk by. And just capturing that in watercolors. And as I was painting it, I'm going along going, oh wow, look at this color here. And a lot of it's exploration. You don't know, especially with watercolors, how exactly it's going to come out. But having the patience and time and the willingness to explore the different ways the colors and the paint interacts.